4 weeks spanning July to August 2023 have been fruitful for Helium One, the acquisition of a drilling rig, the drilling programme hopefully on track for the third quarter of 2023, and changes at executive level. I'm delighted to be joined by the Chief Executive, Lorna Blaisse. So Lorna, when will you spud?
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. It's great to be speaking with you again. It's been a very very busy period, but especially in the last few weeks and months. We've mobilized the majority of our equipment now down to the site area. So in the Rukwa area, we've got a laydown area, which is about 10 kilometers from the well site itself. So we've been busy mobilizing all of the rig equipment, the ancillaries, etc. We've also been busy completing and signing off on our civils works. I'm delighted to say that that work is now complete, both on the well pad itself and also the road upgrades leading up to the pad as well. I mean, it's a very remote area. There was a lot of work that was required to make sure that these roads and the site itself were sound and up to spec to be able to sustain all of these truck movements that are about to unfold. So, in total, we've moved 17 truckloads of equipment out into the field already, and we've got another that amount again coming into site over the next few weeks. That will be carrying third-party services equipment, so wireline equipment, cementing, fluids, etc. So it's a large-scale operation. I think when you're not there on the ground, it's difficult to comprehend. But this is a remote area and a huge operation. So we're on track for a September spud. In the second half of September is when we're aiming to spud the Tai well.
But what about the crew, Lorna? When do you expect to have them in place?
Yeah, so we're in the process of sourcing a crew for the rig. Obviously, the rig didn't come with a crew, so that's an expectation that we knew we had to fulfill. We're making very good progress with that. Drilling operations are 24 hours, so it's actually 2 crews effectively that we're sourcing, because we have a night shift and a day shift crew. But we're well over halfway through that process now, and we've managed to secure some experienced people, and hope to have some of those more senior crew out in the field very soon, so they can get to know the equipment and get to know the rig.
So when you spud the well, what will you be looking for? What are you hoping that the drilling will show, apart from the discovery?
So our primary objective is to obviously drill the well in a timely and safe manner. Following that, our key sort of technical objective is to ultimately determine whether we have helium there. We'll be doing that by obtaining a downhole gas sample, and that sample will be collected under reservoir temperature and pressure conditions. Whilst we're drilling, we'll be observing our gas monitoring equipment at site for any evidence of the helium shows whilst drilling. And this could happen at any interval. The Tai prospect and the Tai well is actually targeting multiple stack closures here in the basin. We're not just targeting a single event. We know from Tai One that we had helium shows at multiple intervals, and those intervals we will be targeting again. Once the well is drilled, we'll then run the wireline logs down the hole, which will then enable us to sense check where any of those shows have been encountered. And once the logs have been analysed and interpreted by petrophysicists, we'll then run in the hole again with a specialised tool to then obtain those downhole samples. So it's going to take about a month from spud before we'll see any results.
And then once those results come in, once you've spudded, what happens next in a best case scenario?
So we've planned the well, we've designed the well for a success case. So we hope that will be the case. So we'll be running a 7-inch casing, and that's so that in a success case we can come back, perforate, or re-enter the well, perforate, and then test. So that would be the scenario that would unfold in the months coming post the success at Tai.
Right. So you now own this rig. How will that help you in the future at Rukwa, as well as across the other projects in the portfolio?
Yeah, so it's a huge milestone for the company. This is the start of the new chapter for Helium One. Having our own rig enables us to not only fulfill our own drilling requirement and commitment at Tai, but it also will enable us to fast track any future exploration wells as well. We're not going to be wasting time trying to secure another rig. We're not going to be wasting money or mobilizing in a rig from elsewhere around the world. So again, in a success case at Tai, we'll be able to move quickly into an appraisal and development stage of the Tai prospect. And then another option is to start testing or drilling other play concepts in the basin. So Tai is one of many play types in the Rukwa Rift Basin. And again, by having our own well, then we're in a position to take that next step relatively quickly. And also from a strategic perspective, this rig potentially enables us to generate some revenue going forward during the periods when the rig may not be as active, or we can lease it out to a number of other operators in the region who have already shown an interest. There's still a demand for rigs in East Africa, so we're very open-minded at this stage.
And this is what we all want to know. How did you get the rig? Was it your network, dogged determination, gentle persuasion, or the expertise of freshly appointed Graham Jacobs, who's now financial and commercial director?
Well, like everything, a small company, it's an emphasis on teamwork here. Everybody has been working exceptionally hard over the last few months to ensure that we fulfill this Q3 drilling commitment. The company's had several setbacks in the past, and I think the team were determined to, and myself were determined not to let that happen again. We actually first knew about this rig last year. It'd been on the company's radar for a while. It's a neat, compact rig. It's more than capable of drilling these wells. And we actually did our own due diligence on it last year and carried out a full inspection of the rig itself. So it didn't come out of nowhere. When we were facing the challenges we were a few months ago, and were concerned that the progress that was being made on another option was perhaps not going to fulfill our Q3 spud, we knew that we had to execute on a plan B. And that plan B and others had been boiling away in the background, if you like. So we were in a strong position that when it came to light that rig was for sale, we were in a strong position to move quickly. And it's not been straightforward or smooth, but I'm delighted to say that we got there, and we're now ready to write the next chapter with that behind us.
And I like the way that you're using the word "we," because a company's like a living document, and it's only as good as the people that it has. And you were promoted, Ian Stalker, the chairman, he's retired, as it were. There's been wholesale board restructures over the past 4 weeks. So is that it for the personnel changes now as the executive team gets settled and bedded in?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, obviously, some circumstances change for personal reasons that are beyond our control. But I think, as a whole, the company itself is certainly transitioning over the past few months from sort of having more of that initial mining minerals background to bringing in a stronger team who have that oil and gas background. And I think that's probably being reflected by the board at the moment. And myself coming into the CEO position as well. So ultimately these are gas wells. It's a gas project, and we're in a position now that we've got great board support, and we're ready to move forward.
Lovely. Lorna Blaisse, Chief Executive of Helium One. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Sarah.